Welcome back. This video is for CCNA students taking the second course, Routing and Switching Essentials. So step 2 is going to be configuring router RIP version 2. Version 2 sends a subnet mask with the updates so you can do VLSM and CIDR. So first thing we're going to do is look at our topology and our config. So you can see here that Copley router has been configured, router on a stick. Wadsworth has not been configured yet. So we're going to start with Wadsworth. And you can see the config here. Insert node to the initial configuration. Into enable. Config T. Host name. Once you do the host name, we can go to interface. IP address. The subnet mask of 192 in the fourth octet gives us an increment of 64. So you have network 0 all the way to 63 to work with when we do your NAT and PAT later. No shutdown. Interface is up. Now we do our gigabit. Now this would normally, interfaces would normally be in basic configs. But since I'm doing this in steps, I have to backtrack a little bit. So IP address is 10.10.10.1 and a bit mask of 255.255.255.0 gives us 256 IPs and 254 usable. So we can see get into interface. Somehow I got exited out. So no shutdown command makes it go to green. Now for the router RIP commands, you're only entering one and the reason we're only adding one network address is because the private address of 10, you can see here on the gigabit, will be NAT and padded later. So you're just adding the 155. And we're not using a gateway of last resort because we're using a routing protocol, router RIP. So that should be it for Wadsworth. Copley. And config T. All we have to do here is go into and add our router RIP version 2. I'm using the tab key if you're not seeing me type everything. So network address is the, start with the gigabit of 100 and network 155.1.0.0. If you notice, I'm not typing in the subnetworks of the actual router on a stick. And also, router RIP is a class full routing protocol, so that's why we're using version 2. So if we do now show IP route, it'll show us what's directly connected. But the key in Wadsworth is we should now see the gigabit for Copley router. And you can see right there the 100 network has been added by router RIP, your administrative distance of 120, your metric of 1 because it's using hop counts, and there's your exit or your next hop address and going out serial 100. So to test it, we're going to go into one of the PCs and we should be able to ping the serial on both routers, which is 155.1.1.1. And the opposite side, which would be the serial interface on Wadsworth, is .2. At this point, we can't test any pinging because we have to configure more on the advanced router. So this side over here will be NAT and PAT on a different step.